Good evening, everyone. I know it's been a while. Hopefully you remember my voice. This is John Michael, and you are watching PyroFalkon's Let's Play Extravaganza, where it's your Let's Play too. This status update, like my last one several months ago, will be unscripted. I don't know how long it'll last. You know how long it lasts because of that time bar down there. As before, I'll give you the TLDR in case you're only here for the quick update, and then we can get into the lengthier explanation. First, I want to give a very big public thank you to Crowbeak, Lena, for sort of being my spokesperson while I've been gone. She really stepped up to the plate, especially since I can't pay her, since I can't pay anyone through the channel. But, thank you very much, Crowbeak. And anyone who is not Crowbeak, you can trust Crowbeak to speak for me if she has to do this again. I can't thank her enough. Alright, so TLDR and then lengthier explanation. So the TLDR, as you can tell probably from this video, is that we're going to get back into the swing of things here on the channel. The live show will continue to not be shown. That Streaming Sundays will not come back for a little while because I need to fully finish what I'm doing with my other projects. But the normal show will be back starting on Monday, and I need to pull up what date that is because I don't remember. That's the 21st. So Thanksgiving week, you guys are going to get more PyroFalkon's Let's Play Extravaganza. It'll help you get through the holidays. Maybe you're off from school or work or whatever, and it'll give you something to look forward to on YouTube. So Monday, November 21st, will be new videos here on the channel. All right, so, and I'll probably I will make an announcement when Streaming Sundays comes back. I just don't know when for sure. Okay, so that's TLDR. Alright, so here's the longer explanation. So, Crowbeak, when I asked her to tell you guys what's going on, I've told her everything that's been going on, and I left her discretion to tell you or not tell you what else was happening. So back in September, I told you all that I needed some time off from the channel because I needed to work on the book, and it's mostly done, which is great. As of now, I have recorded, which sounds weird to say because, God, it's taken me 21 fucking years to get here. I've recorded the audio version. Now, it's not done. Like, it's the raw audio, so I still have editing to do, and that's why I can't guarantee the Streaming Sundays will be back anytime soon. But editing is not going to take very long, because with the actual recording process, I had to psych myself up, and we're going to get to that topic in a second. But I had to psych myself up. I had to have my throat clear, because for a few weeks out of the last few months, I've had some severe sinus allergies. So I wasn't even able to speak, or sometimes I'm too tired from coming home to work or whatever. And so it's been really difficult to record the book. And in case you're new here, because I've noticed I've had about 100 new subscribers since I made my last status video. First of all, thanks for pushing me over 3,000. I appreciate it and wish I could do something special for breaking another milestone. But regardless, just in case you didn't know what was going on and why there hasn't been new content on the channel for a while. So I've written a book. That is my true passion. I said in my last status update, I will love this book, my story, and my writing ability more than I'll love another human being, let alone another thing, including the channel, which I hope doesn't come across as being flippant, because I love you guys, and there have been times when you've managed to help push me through the day and carry me through some of the problems I have to deal with. And part of the reason I'm back now, part of what got me over the hump and to inspire me or encourage me to get my work done, was thinking of you and how much I want to get back to the show. Because even though the show is sort of one direction, since I have the microphone and you don't, I still read your comments. I mean, It's Your Let's Play 2 is not a tagline. It's not just a tagline or just a slogan or just sucking up. I read your comments. I try to bring you into every series I do. And it's because, like, it's taken me a while to figure it out, but there's one new-ish fan, and I won't say her name on the air just in case. I don't want to give her any unnecessary attention she might not want. She probably knows who she is. But this one new-ish fan of mine here on the channel sort of put it in perspective for me that Let's Plays sort of help you connect to the player, and I've sort of underestimated that in doing this show, the way Let's Players act, the way we do what we do, it forms some sort of connection with you. And there are times when I've watched videos to make myself feel good throughout the day, you know, just to stress relief or whatever, but it works both ways. Like, I actually miss doing the show, and I couldn't get back to it without getting my book done first. So I needed that time off, but the time off paid off, and now the book is recorded. And the reason regular shows are coming back is because in the intervening last 3 months, Sparkless and I have recorded 37 episodes worth of 2 different series. Just for something to do. One of them was on my birthday, and one of them was just for kicks, because we both happened to be off that day. I just haven't edited the videos, and I haven't made thumbnails, I haven't written video descriptions or anything like that, which is why I haven't published it, because I didn't want to publish like a week's worth of material and then drop off for another few weeks. So I'm going to spend the next couple days catching up all that material, getting it uploaded, getting it written, and getting it ready for you guys so you guys can enjoy it. Now, that said, since it's 37 episodes, that gives us 37 days, and I will have this book edited, done, and published in 37 days. That's why I'm confident that I can start putting the normal shows up now, and the live show will happen once the book is completely, totally, 100% done. I am hoping, fingers crossed, that I will have the book finished by the end of November. Today's the 17th as I record this. You're seeing this on the 18th. It's not that hard. It shouldn't be that hard for me to go through some sound files and edit sound files. That's literally all I'm doing. That's all I do when I do the show. So it won't be that difficult. What has been difficult over the past 3 months, and the reason you haven't seen me around, is something that Crowbeak alluded to that I haven't talked about very much. This is your Let's Play too, but it's my channel, and I have this weird dichotomy that even though I'm open with you guys and I'm honest with you guys, I'm also fairly private, and there are things I don't talk about out of embarrassment, out of fear, out of not wanting to bring you down, out of just, you know, the channel's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to have you get your mind off your problems, and I don't want to add to them. I don't want to make you worry about me, and I don't want to remind you of anything that may or may not be happening in your life. But since July, my life hasn't been going very well, and part of it is my fault. Like, in July, it started with me breaking my hand because I punched a wall because I got angry about something. And in the ensuing argument, I punched a brick wall. It was stupid. I accept it was stupid. And my medical bills accept that it was stupid. But from July up until about a week or 2 ago, it's been nonstop bullshit that's been hitting me. And it hasn't been anything big, and I'm sure time and distance, I'm sure with some time and distance, it's going to seem silly, or it's going to be a blip in my life. It's not going to be worth being upset about. But as Crowbeak mentioned in one of her update videos, I suffer from some kind of mental illness. I don't call it depression. It probably is depression. I just don't call it depression. I call it depression-like symptoms. But in September, it did culminate in 2 suicide attempts. They were half-hearted, and I don't know if I was serious about them, but I know at the time, it did feel more right, or at least more relieving, to go to the idea that that maybe if the pain stopped for just a minute completely, then it would have been worth it. Because for 3 months I've been suffering just garbage after garbage after garbage, whether it's personal relationships or changing my worldview about things, or people failing to deliver on their promises to me. Hell, at one point last month, I actually got warned about our apartment that we live in, and in my mind, I was afraid that I was going to get evicted and that there was nothing I could do about it. And the Akamura stepped up in a huge way and just dominated the problem, and the problem went away real quick. I had to spend $150 to fix the problem, but the problem went away, and there was no eviction, and everything is fine. Which is why, like I said, with time and distance, I might look back on this period of my life and say that I worried about nothing. But for those of you who may know, if you have mental illness, when you're in the shit, you're going to feel like every little tiny thing is about 1,000,000 times worse than it is, and it will beat you down, and it will try to keep you down. And I don't know. I've thought before, and please don't leave in the comments like don't suck up to me, but I honestly do believe that some of us like me just aren't worth saving. Most Let's Players who may inspire you, guys like Markiplier or the Game Grumps, will tell you that everybody is worth saving, get some help, call suicide hotlines, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to do that, because if you have anything similar to what I have to experience, like, or I should say, if your experience is similar to my experience, words like that just don't affect you. They don't affect me. Aaron Hansen and Markiplier can tell me all they want that I should call and get professional help, and I think Aaron said in a recent solo video something about it's not worth living life if you're always miserable, but I just don't think I'm worth saving. And I don't think I reach or touch enough people that I am worth saving. And again, please don't comment sucking up or telling me that, you know, that everyone is worth it and all that, because I just don't feel that way for me. I wish I had a longer reach. I wish I reached more of you. I wish I could help more people. And I love every single one of you, because, again, you have driven me and encouraged me to finish my book and to get back to the channel and get back to talking to you guys. I've always been a quality over quantity kind of person. But I can't help looking at numbers and comparing myself to people and looking at the outliers of success and wondering what I'm doing wrong and why I don't have the reach and why I don't have the power of the platform to try to help or inspire whatever more of you. Like, I don't know. And maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe it doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. What it should be, if you get right down to it, making any sort of thing, even if it's a YouTube video, you should be doing this because you want to do it. And like, I know that, just like my book, I should be writing the book because I want to write the book. But I'm more of a realist in the sense that, like, even though I know that's the ideal, that's not always the truth. Like, I don't write the book for me. I want an audience. I don't do this channel for me. I want you. Because without you, I would quit and I would go play Final Fantasy XIV for 12 hours a day. Like, that's just it. You know? I don't necessarily do it for the money because, as you know, or as you may know, I don't earn much, and I've been open with that. This channel earns at most $24 a month. It usually earns me about $17 a month. And trust me, at $17 a month, it would be more worth my time to just get a second job. But, so it's not about the money, but I want the connection, and sometimes I don't feel like I've got it. And it's no reflection on you. It's all the damage that's in my head, and I can't help but compare numbers. Even though that's stupid of me, I do it. And I don't know how to fix it, and I don't know if I even matter. And if I don't even matter, then I'm not worth saving. Some part of me knows that's wrong, or wants it to be wrong. And my advantage with getting through not only the last few months, but living with this whatever that's in my head, because I've had this for years. I've had it since I was bullied in 3rd grade, and that would have been 24 years ago. I've always been told by friends and family that I shouldn't listen to those voices, that they're wrong, that I'm worth it, that I'm talented and all that. And like, great, and I hope you think so too. But man, there are just times when I look at numbers. Like, so one of the things YouTube gives me is a lifetime count of every view I've ever had across my entire channel. And I have close to 1 million views across all videos in my channel. Close to 1 million. Which I should be happy about. But I look at Markiplier, who gets close to 1 million views same day on any random video he produces. And I shouldn't care. I should not care. I should keep doing what I'm doing. And I can't help myself, but I care. And because I care, that leads to the issues in my head, which leads to hating myself, which leads to the more serious problems of what we've talked about. When I first asked for my break back in September, most of this was not on my mind. I was overwhelmed by stress. I'm still overwhelmed by my job. Even my job knows I hate my job, so I'm not afraid to say it. I work for Walmart. It sucks. I want out. And I feel trapped for other personal reasons that are beyond the scope of this whole thing. So it didn't start out that way. It really did start off with me wanting to finish this book and get it out, and then something else happened in September, and that's something else I'm not going to tell you, because it's too personal. But that thing happened, and it kind of shifted my personality, sent me into more depression and self-destruction than I have been in a very long time. And I even deleted the book. Like, I actually had to record the first 6 chapters twice, because the first time I recorded it, I wound up deleting them all. I had every intention to have this done by the end of September, and I didn't get it done, and for that I'm sorry. And it's because of all the bullshit that happened, and whatever poison is in my head that makes me who I am. So I'm sorry I didn't get it done sooner. I truly apologize for not getting it done sooner. I hate breaking promises. And there's another one I have to break, because in my last status updated video, I said that the first thing that would come back when I was back was Monster Rancher 4, because I know that's the series everyone's waiting for. I'm going to have to break that promise. It's number 2. But again, because Sparkless and I recorded other things, those have to go up first. But Monster Rancher is on the top of my list. After those are done, I'm going to try to get to it as soon as possible. When I start making new content, it's going to be the top of the list. Like, the content you're going to see starting next week was filmed, again, back in August and September. So when I get back to new stuff, Monster Rancher is at the top of the list. I promise that. It's just not going to be the very first thing you see. Anyway, so, you know, I hate breaking my promise. It shouldn't have taken me this long. I mean, I knew it would take me a while. I wanted to allow myself time for allergy attacks, because I knew they were coming, and boy, did they. In fact, I actually feel some minor congestion now coming on, but it shouldn't have taken as long as it did. And part of it is I was having trouble motivating myself and trying to get stuff done and trying to deal with my brain, and that's harder than it should be. So anyway, but for now, I'm back in mostly good mental health. I have book editing to do, and then I will plaster an ad for this book all over this frigging channel, because that is what I want you guys to buy. I know a lot of you, especially one of you, Ryu D, wants to support me more directly than just watching ads on the channel. I want the book out. Please buy it when it comes out. It won't be that much longer. But we also have other plans, and I'll give you a quick status update on that. We're considering Patreon. There's some stuff we've gone over that Sparkless is even going to help with. We are considering other little items, just swag, like shirts with our logo on it or whatever. But the book is the most important, and Patreon, once it gets going, will be the second most important. And of course, watching the ads here on YouTube is super important. If you use ad block, whatever, I don't care. I mean, some people care. This isn't my living. So, as long as you're happy watching the content, I'm happy for you. Just tell your friends, spread my name, because I do want a longer reach. And I don't know. I think that's it. I guess I'll add this one more thing. I can't promise this won't happen again. In fact, because I've got to be honest with you, in fact, I can almost guarantee that I probably will have another breakdown again. My brain doesn't get fixed, which is another reason why I don't think I'm worth saving. But that said, see, it's happened before. No one has realized I've had to take breaks before from the channel for this, because every time I've had a severe mental meltdown before, it's been well timed that I had a bunch of content ready to go. So like I'd take a month off during a month of content. So by the time the month of content was over, I was back and no one realized anything was wrong. So just this time it didn't quite add up that well for timing, especially with the book on top of it. So I will not guarantee, I cannot guarantee that this won't happen again. I can guarantee I can try to do better, and try to communicate with you better. I mean, I don't know what else to do. I will say that, like, there's 3 books in the series. Once I get my tax return for 2017, I'm going to try to get the next 2 in the series professionally edited. And once they're edited, then I need to record those as well. But the next time, it shouldn't take me as long, because now that I know I can do it, now that I know I have the strength to record an 89,000 word book, book 2 is going to be easier, and book 3 is going to be easier, and then book 4, in theory, will be easier if I ever write it. So, okay, so anyway, that's what's going on. So, again, just to recap, if you've made it this far, especially if you've made it this far in this video, because again, I'm pushing 25 minutes. Thank you very much for everything, your support, and especially thank you for your patience. Starting on Monday, November 21st, videos return to this channel, 1 every day at noon Eastern. Streaming Sundays will not be back until further notice. It will come back. I just need to finish editing this book and get it published and get it up. That's all I got to do. And then everything is going back to normal for this channel. I swear it. The Akamura is going to come back. We're actually considering games to do. Final Fantasy VI is on there. Yes, I know I've done it once, but there's a second run I kind of want to do because there's a challenge I want to do. Plus, I'll probably do the Steam version, which has different graphics and a different translation. Final Fantasy Tactics is also very high on the list. Probably that one would even get priority. We've also got Final Fantasy 13 that we need to do, or the Akamura needs to do. I've got Monster Rancher I need to do. Once Streaming Sundays comes back, we're going to get back to Batman. I mean, we have tons of content we're going to do. Just need a little bit more time to get everything recorded and everything going on. But for the short term, videos come back on Monday. Things will get back to normal. I promise you, things will get back to normal. They have to, or I'm going to go insane. So that'll do it for me. I think now I'm going to be talking in circles. Give me a few more days. Videos will be back soon. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you then for another episode.
Bye.
Hi, the Akamura.
I was here the whole time.
Yeah.
You're the best, Pyro. I want you to know that.
God.